Hi, a very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss an opinion question here. The question is like this: some people think that people who choose a job early and keep doing it, are more likely to get a satisfying career life than those who frequently change jobs. So we have two groups here. Uh, to compare, the first group is that the persons who are sticking to a particular job, who select an early job and sticking to that particular job, they'll be having a longer career. And some people say that these people, those who stick on to the job they have selected very early, they are more successful than those people who change the jobs frequently. So this is the question here. Um, do you agree? Okay, we are making a comparison between A and B. A, in the sense, those who keep their job for long. B, in the sense they just change their jobs very frequently. So what uh, if you see both, what do you agree? Which some people say that sticking to a job is more important, or they are considered as more successful. Do you agree to that? So if you agree, then yes, say yes. Okay, I can present the matter. If you disagree, you can present the matter. But here, in this particular essay, we have written a two-paragraph essay because we have not agreed or we have not disagreed. If you have agreed, you have to say more on this agree side. If you say disagree, you have to say more on the disagree side. But today, in this particular essay, we have not aligned to either side. We have not said agree, we have not said disagree, but we have said it is situational. As it is situational, it is situational. It is hard to say, it is hard whether to agree or disagree to the statement. Yes. So it is. No, if I just don't want to say it is situational, you can just say it is hard whether to say it is. You can say it like that because it is better to say it like that. You say this opinion very clearly. It is hard to say whether to agree or disagree to this statement. It is hard for many. So I just generalize it. It's hard for many whether to agree or disagree to the statement. Now, I have presented the matter that it's difficult to say. It's difficult to say whether it is this is beneficial or something. It is more successful for those who work longer. I can't say. I can't disagree to. I can agree to. So let us explain what is there in the paragraphs. In paragraph number 1, it's the one side. One side, those who prefer the first option. It means those who cling on to a particular job. They feel that they are pretty confident because they can hardly face any adjustment problems except in the beginning, when they start the career, they may have some problems, some crisis with the adjustment. After that, they won't be having any problem. They'll be going smoother. They'll be pretty confident in their career. So they are seen marking their imprints in the work environment, and this makes them an integral part of the firm. So if you are making, so if you were working for a firm for a long time, you are marking your imprints there. So you are established there. And this makes you an integral part of the firm. So this is something which you can see in the second sentence. I assert that this is really good because they are marking their imprints and making their position secure and integral in the company. For example, an accountant in a company can make his work smoother and comfortable when he stays longer in his post. Yes, of course. So he can benefit himself by making his work smoother and comfortable. This not only benefits the employee, it benefits the employee too. The company also is benefited. Now we have benefits, other benefits, job security, promotions, incentives, and other types of rewards. These are expected things. So this makes a person successful. So these are the factors which make a person successful, of course. Smoother work atmosphere, comfortable work atmosphere. They won't be having any adjustment crisis except in the beginning. So we have the benefits there, and the company is also benefited with the service of the experienced person. And the last sentence, the only challenge here is to tolerate the numerous crises all through the work period. No, you have to tolerate, you have to tolerate all the challenges in the work. You may face numerous challenges all through the work. You may have problems with the dealings of customers, with the employers, with the colleagues, or with the machines, or with the infrastructure. You have to tolerate everything. So as I have said, the last point here, the last sentence as a negative point, I have to make adjustment in the first sentence. Yes. So I have made some changes there in the first sentence, except in the initial period. So I just canceled because the last sentence contradicts to the first sentence. So in the first sentence, we have written that except in the initial period, we have no any crisis. But you have to say all through their work life, they have to face some crisis, some sorts of crisis. Of course, they have to tolerate. Every worker has to face some crisis in their work life. No work is smooth. Okay, so that's it. Now the second point, on the other hand, those who would change their jobs frequently would mostly select better jobs than their previous job. So what they do is that they would select better jobs. This is the best part of frequent job changes. They won't go for a job which is inferior, which they think which is inferior to their previous job. If this is the situation, This is the situation. They work for a company and they go for another company which they get higher salary or higher perks or higher allowances. So they go for the better. You see, from a small company they may move to a big company. From a company which offers smaller salary scale, less, they'll be going for a more salary scale company. So you have different reasons for this change, but always these employees, those who change frequently, they would definitely go to the better places. And this movement is faster, you know that it is the frequent movement is there, frequent changes in the job. So they can make their profession more prosperous by opting better remunerations. They can select better chances, faster when compared to an established employee. So they can make their profession more prosperous by opting for better remunerations. I can say this process takes a lot of time when in case of an established employee. They're also less likely to face toxic work atmosphere. So they are not going to face toxic. If they are facing some sorts of difficulties, they will quit the job and move to another job place. They won't be facing job rivalry or unethical competitions. If they find some difficulty, they will move. So the employers and the colleagues always try to make these people comfortable. And this is another benefit here. So we have, they would select better jobs, they would get better remuneration, better prosperous career, they will be getting faster. They would not be facing any toxic work atmosphere. But we have to say the other side. We have to see the first case, the only challenge was them to tolerate numerous crises all through the work period. But here they have some more challenge here. The first challenge here in the second group is that they would find it hard to adjust with the changing work situations. Now you have different work situations. So in a company you have a different work situation, but it would be difficult for you to adjust with the another work situation. If you work for another company, their system will be a little bit different from the first. So this would be a real challenge for them. So the second way is that another drawback is that most employers hesitate to accept these employees. So employers may think that whenever a person comes in front of them after being working in multiple companies, maybe in the same year, the employers will be thinking twice before enrolling him in the job. This is another challenge. The first problem they face is adjustment. This is a real crisis, adjustment crisis. They have to adjust with the situation. They may get better salary, they may get better things, but they have to adjust with the situation here. It takes time. The second thing is that the employers, they won't be accepting them wholeheartedly. So this is the second challenge. So we have two challenges here. These challenges are really a challenge. To conclude, when an employee who stays longer in a firm makes an imprint in his firm, those who change jobs frequently can benefit in other ways. So those who stay in a firm for a longer period, they can make an imprint in the firm they work. And those who change jobs frequently, they benefit in other ways, like they're getting remuneration faster, uh, facing less rivalry. All these things are the benefits of them. Therefore, it is difficult to say which option is better for a successful career life. So it is difficult. So we have two specific conditions. And if you work longer in a company, you'll be getting these types of things. If you change jobs frequently, you'll be getting this. So both of these options have their own drawbacks too. That's what we have discussed here. So it is difficult to say. After analyzing these things, it is difficult to say which is more successful. It depends. And that is the end of the explanation.